Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. I've just recorded this podcast and forgot to take pause off the recorder. I am an idiot, even after, 16 years of podcasting? A basic, fundamental mistake like that is easy enough to make. This time I'm going to be talking about the Red List. It's the Torchwood release number 56. It is brilliant. And it's brilliant for two very specific reasons. There's a new member of the Torchwood team, or rather, someone who hasn't worked with Torchwood before, kind of lending a hand. It's Dorothy McShane, Ace. Oh yeah, older, wiser, post-Virgin Missing Adventures, post-Time with the Doctor, post even the adventures in her own book. That's the Ace we've got here. And boy, oh boy, do we need adventures with her. She might not need to join Torchwood, but we definitely need some audio adventures. So, what have we got? Let's have the synopsis, shall we? At first, it was lights in the sky. Then, the country started falling apart. Torchwood has come to help. So has A Charitable Earth. But there's a problem. Mr. Colchester and Ms McShane find themselves trapped in a quarantine hotel in the middle of an alien invasion. Can they save the world without leaving their rooms? Now, at times like this, we're in right now, where COVID's not just raising its head again, but we have an R rate of almost 5, you know that things set in a world of, lockdown and people stuck in hotel rooms kind of speaks to us. Now, when it comes to Torchwood itself, a small cast, brilliant performances, that's kind of what we've been going through since we got the beginning of the range. And let's face it, this is number 56? Colchester's a brilliant character, a middle-aged gay man with a past, a history and a moral compass. It's the sort of character who really could, turn up in other dramas and make them just better. He should be running Torchwood. Jack's a loose cannon. Yvonne's just, Yvonne. And this guy was just a nice, easy rudder. Yes, he's ex-military, but there's so much backstory there to mine. And the fact that he's in a tremendously loving relationship just works. Dorothy is, I don't want to say broken, but she could do with some therapy. Serious therapy. She's worked with UNIT in the past, and she's been avoiding Torchwood, rightly so. So, from the description, you would expect it to be set, say, in the UK, but it's not. It's set in a distant, one of those countries that you see in Mission Impossible, those non-generic countries. Is it Africa? Is it South America? Is it somewhere not quite third world, but somewhere a little bit out of the way, run by a dictatorship? Or is it? See, that's the beauty. You've got these two characters who are apparently stuck, going nowhere. It speaks volumes to us. And that's where this story goes. The small cast just really works out well. I'm being convinced that they would run out eventually of places to put small casts, but it's just not happened. Time and time again, it's just coming up trumps. And this one, like I said, speaks volumes to us right now. I adore the performances that are on display. Not just from Colchester, but the older, wiser, and like I said, slightly more violent Ace is just so well realised. Sophie just nails it every single time. I'd love to hear more of her working with, well, Torchwood. Even new unit. That would just be lovely. Because we've still never had the unit Torchwood crossover, but it must be so tempting to write. Here's the trailer, and as always, decide for yourself. But if you've enjoyed, well, Sophie's book, if you've enjoyed any bit of Colchester ever, this is great, and it's for you. There's several other characters in this, and they are, well, unnerving. If ever you've been stuck in a hotel, maybe you shouldn't be listening to this. So until next time, be seeing you.
Trapped in this moderately priced hotel room, while your country's being invaded by aliens. Give me strength.
From Big Finish Productions.
Torchwood, The Red List.
Strange lights in the sky, then weeks later the country being overrun with disasters and protests.
A good summary, Miss McShane.
Thank you, Mr. Colchester.
Help me! Please help me!
You! What are you doing out of your room?
There's someone in this room. 576. They're in pain.
That room is empty.
But I heard them. Did you see that?
See what?
The man fell from the balcony opposite.
Don't come in! Stay back! Stay out there! You heard of UNIT?
That load of over-armoured numbskulls.
Yes. Why? Who are you with?
Oh, you wouldn't have heard of us.
Well, so long as you're not Torchwood.
So, funny story.
Big Finish. We love stories.
I don't automatically like military types.
Because you've never fought.
Mate, I fought Daleks.
What?
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.